So I look at Sona, right, and I'm thinking, like, is it really speaking to us, or is just like pure politics? The president will come on television every year and give us a speech, and coincidentally, this year it's not just a Sona, but it is a Sona where there's also local elections, so there's also electioneering that also takes place when this type of Sona is being presented, So for so many years, so many things have been promised, and you wait for those things, and some things are still in development, 3, 4, 5 years later, And I'm like, okay, cool. Politics aside, just let's look at this thing as like me and you, people who are like affected by the politics of this country. Like you are a graduate and you are sitting with your degree. And as the years keep going by, and like in the next 5, 6 years, this gap has closed. I'm no longer like youth. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like 35, 6 without any work experience. So what's gonna happen to me? And I thought about it. Funny enough, when the Sona was going on, I bumped into a couple of dudes and we have conversation, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna check out the president is speaking, and they're like, okay, cool. What is he talking about? And you realize like these people don't know about Sona, they don't know what's going on, and it made me realize that people on the ground have lost contact with politics, they've lost contact with what's going on, and it easily becomes a matter of these politicians now take advantage of that situation. It shows that the youth is disconnected from public discourse. And when I realized, like, as much as we are disconnected from the system, there's a space to exist. There's somewhere in which we can exist and we can claim our voice and we can exist in this space. And I'm not talking about studying a political party, I'm not talking about studying a movement, but just following the true essence of hip-hop and taking hip-hop as our Bible and moving through the nature of hip-hop and just finding a platform where there was gonna be a high level of intellectualism, So then I realized, like, okay, cool. One of the things that makes politics succeed, even though they're not doing shit for the people, is that most of the people don't know the jargon. We don't know the political jargon, So once they start speaking, it's like they're not speaking for us, they're speaking about us, but whatever they are speaking does not necessarily involve us because we are not engaged like that, because we have a high number of illiteracy, bro. Like the literacy rate in South Africa is crazy, Though that is the legacy of apartheid, And all these rich politicians, they took their kids to like, more greater schools, I remember not so long ago, I was checking out Sizwe Mpofu's pod he had on Bongani Bingwa, I think they're from the same school, and they were talking about that school. Like, as much as there were so many bad things happening around that time, I couldn't have been the great broadcaster that I am right now if I had not gone to that school. And you realize the importance of education, and you realize most of the South African people, they're not educated, bro. Like, education was not fashionable. It was not made to be desirable for the black person. So as a result of that, most people didn't get the education. And once you don't have the education, you don't know the difference between distance and displacement. So to be able to just get to a specific point, it takes you so long. You know what I mean? But then if you have the education is more like the cheat code. So I realized South Africa has a crazy number of people that are illiterate, and you realize, like, education is one of the key tools in terms of liberating the people, You say, yeah, economic power and all of these things, but you realize, like, it starts here, dog. Like, it starts here. If it's here and it makes sense here, then it can make sense anywhere, And these politicians are aware of that, They know, like, the general public is not educated. So, if we give them fish, they won't know what about the rod. It's like, can I capture my own fish the next time? Now they're like, okay, cool. As long as I got this fish, I'm cool. But then as soon as that fish has run out, you're gonna go back to the same master and beg for more fish. You don't beg for like a fishing rod, you know what I mean? And they are aware of that system, and the few that actually do demand fishing rod, they get taken out of the system. They're like, yo, you're about to mess up a system that has been working for decades, if not centuries. You know, the master always has the machine, and you, as somebody who's on the other side, the only thing that you're only going to get is the finished product, of which it makes you somebody who's gonna be begging forever.
JTV joint.
God sent me to do this shit.